EU as well for Dignitas. When they were put together, I'd say they were maybe seen in the top 5 of the EU. Nobody expected that they would usurp Team Vitality as the clear second best team in the region. And now, honestly, they've got Karmine Corp in their sights. They've got some victories over them online, and reaching the grand final, as you say, James, is a huge moment for them as well, for young Stizzy in particular, the player on that team who has, just because he's younger, achieved the least up to now. And also, they have got last season's Esports World Cup MVP, Jorius.
Yeah,
played with Chiefs, of course. He's got some ties of OCE.
Yeah, he does have, I'm sure, a fond history that he'll look back on with OCE, but now going to be the opponent. I think it's been quite interesting as well, watching all these players on Dignitas spend time in North America, where they maybe didn't have the level of success that they were hoping to have, maybe except for ApparentlyJack, who obviously won the major back in Rotterdam. But they have gone back to Europe. I think a lot of people didn't necessarily. What are these presets?
I love it. I love it.
You're completely distracted.
You did. And what I love as well is you were building up to a serious, you know, Rocket League match at the Esports World Cup, and you were looking at me. The first thing I saw at the corner of my eye was that Freakmobile from Banana Head, but I love it.
At least Fever.
Yeah, someone's serious.
Yes. The engine sound is, I don't know what sound that is. I'm in shock right now, Cole.
I'm curious. So I'm not that into sort of car design and stuff like that. You know, I can't tell you the difference between a Zomba and a Cristiano. But I wonder if those that are watching this going, oh yeah, no, I see. He's using the baked bean wheels and the harpsichord
like
decal.
They're actual snakes.
Not baked beans. No, you're right. They are snakes.
So we'll see if the preset helps or hurts. Right now, it's quite distracting to be in the booth. But you got to pull out something new to try to take down a team like Dignitas, who is the clear favorite in this matchup. Banana Head going to go for a 50. I also love the foam hat toppers. Maybe paying homage to Jacob back in the day.
The legend. Ooh. Well, there's an interesting cut of rotation there from Banana Head, but he does manage to get the ball as well. I mean, there's an extent that I don't really hate this from Wildcard as Stizzy shoots, but it's well saved there by Torsos. They have been struggling. They have been struggling. They've been losing. You know, they didn't get a single series last time out in Raleigh, and that is not good enough for a team like this. So it's a hard reset, I guess, but you're not a fan.
Well, I think this may be a symptom of Jimma not being here, to be
Oh, I see. Normally he's the one making them.
To keep his team on the rails. Pretty unhinged here from Wildcard, and what a first goal to give up.
Yeah, no, you're right. I changed my mind. Serious cars next game, please, fellas. That infield pass from Torsos was not well timed for a man of his experience. I don't think Jorius can believe his luck scoring that goal. It's the fact that every player stopped. As soon as Torsos made that touch, you ever had that when you're playing ranked? You make one touch, everyone stops. You're like, I'm the bad guy here.
Well, we have a pause coming through, so not quite sure what's going on. But yeah, I've had those moments, you know, where I make the one touch and then my teammate just quits the game. So, you know, I think we've all had that experience.
Not me, mate. Not me.
Yeah, I'm sure not you. Pretty sure that's happened on stream.
Pretty sure you've done it. I'm pretty sure we played together and you've quit.
Yeah, you cross Q and to EU. But this technical pause coming out, we appreciate everybody having patience at home. Thank you so much. We do not really know what is going on at the moment. If we hear, we will relay it, but as we work through this technical issue, we can just talk maybe a little bit more about the matchup and also the insane presets. Like, which route do you want to go?
Let's talk about the matchup. Let's go a little bit more serious. I'm sure as soon as we see those cars again, which is
here we go.
Right now, we will get silly. But yeah, Group A has already gone to plan. It's very much followed the script with the 3-1 NRG over Foot, who got themselves a game, and Karmine Corp 3-0 against Virtus.pro, who got a couple of overtimes, so they are about par for themselves as well. So Wildcard will be hoping to buck that trend, but here's Stizzy, who almost gets a flip reset, and Dignitas, much more professional team, and they're looking like a professional team in this one. They're not overexerting themselves, they're taking the goals where they come.
I think that's kind of a trademark of the region as well, Cole. I think the European teams, all of them take a very professional approach to the game, and yeah, I wouldn't expect anything less from Dignitas, who had such a good performance at the last international event in Raleigh, and they have had a very good start here. The mistouch from Torsos that last play, and now you can see Fever trying to do some work, going for a mechanical play himself. Then ahead, going for a drop-down pass. I just can't even think when we're on his POV, though. It's
Well, the question for Wildcard will be which team in their group, as Stizzy maybe is about to sink a third, will they be able to beat? They've also got Team Secret and Gen.G over in the other side, so far from any gimmies there. Team Secret, who got top 6 in Raleigh. Huge performance from those guys. They'll be dangerous here, as they always are. Wildcard certainly the weak links currently in this group, but they do have the mechanical potential to change that, and they've certainly got the experience to change that. They have to get themselves into this first game first, though, as Torsos tries to put it into the center. Jury is equal to it, and Dignitas are doing a really good job of just letting Wildcard tucker themselves out. They're not playing Ego Rocket League. They're allowing them to attack, counter-attacking, and it's pretty ruthless.
Yeah, and when a team is really dominant, you heard Johnny Boy talk about the binary sweep. Sometimes you do play to kill the clock. You've seen it in many tournaments as well, especially if one team is particularly dominant. So far, we've seen Dignitas completely dominate this first game, even though it's only 2-0. Wildcard really haven't had any looks so far. And they add one more.
Making it look pretty simple right now, our Dignitas. It's nothing particularly clever, it's just a clean 50-50 banana-header player who values speed and pace above anything else. And you can see from the Wildcard reactions, they're here for a good time. They're here to have fun. But they can get games against Dignitas, you know.
And I think it's also about trying to make the most out of every opportunity. You know, take every game serious and try to learn, try to improve. I don't think you're doing yourselves any favor coming out with silly presets, but that's just my opinion.
I mean, I don't mind the presets too much. It's more the gameplay that I'm not impressed with, James. The fact that they keep teeing up.
Yeah.
They keep teeing up Jorian, so they think he still plays for OCE. Is that the confusion they've got?
I definitely think it makes it worse. Where you got the obviously the non-standard presets, you're clearly joking around, and then you also get beat pretty bad. I think it's the worst of both worlds. So we'll see if they keep that up in these next games, because I know Wildcard, they have it in them. Like they've played teams like K-Corp very close. They very well could take a game off Dignitas, could play them close. So we'll see if they make any adjustments, change things up, because right now, oh, hold on. Good speed there. Torsos didn't have the position to take the shot, but this little exchange in the final seconds was some of the better gameplay that we've seen from Wildcard.
Look at the topper, it's a little basketball hoop.
He has the antenna.
The antenna, sorry. I didn't even know that was a thing.
You rarely see antennas anymore.
No, you don't. Not enough, in my opinion. Anyway, it's going to be 4-0 to Dignitas. Torsos, fist bumps each side. He's happy with that performance. We go next.
Don't think that was the first, or the game one that Wildcard was necessarily looking for. So maybe just trying to get some laughs out of the gate. This, you know, they are jokesters. If you've followed Torsos his whole career, self-deprecating humor in his interviews, you know, he's always cracking jokes, so I won't try to be too hard on him, but I definitely, as a fan, I want to feel like both teams are bringing their A game, doing everything that they can to win, and sometimes, you know, when I see that, I question it a little bit, so we'll see what happens now, Cole, but Dignitas expectedly coming out with a win in game one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that Coach Jimmer is watching this at home, and maybe he's probably thinking the same thing that we are of, oh my goodness, please, Torsos, stop feeding them the ball from our own half. It's not the thing to do. You know, you don't have to be an experienced RCS coach to know that. But yes, it's just, I guess it's thrown us a little bit. I hope this isn't the dying embers of a team, really, because Wildcard are too good for that. They are still here. They're going to the World Championships as well. You know, just about, and
as we, you know, we were talking about it a little bit at the beginning of the day today. Wildcard, I wouldn't completely write them off in that group. I think if they're playing their best Rocket League, they could, you know, Dignitas might be a bit of a stretch, but they, you know, they could beat Secret. They could beat Gen.G. So you want to see them give it their all. We want to see what they're capable of, so we'll see if they have any changes here. So far, it looks like Banana Head and Torsos. Maybe there, you know, honestly, maybe there's a story behind the preset that I'm just not privy to as well. I don't want to be too judgmental here.
Well, it's also the fact that Fever's not using it, which I sort of respect as well. Fever is like, you guys do what you want to do. I'm going to be using a Fennec. Oh, what skin? Oh, it's red. Red Fennec. Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty much the polar opposite, where his teammates have the jokester presets. He's got the sweaty one.
And they're all equally brilliant. Well, come on then, Wildcard. Give us a game. That first one, there wasn't really too much to talk about there. There are at least having some shots this time in game number 2. Torsos, oh, you're too far forward, pal. You had to use the ceiling there instead of really attacking that one with momentum. So Torsos, unfortunately, allows that move to break down. And Dignitas now have the ball in Wildcard territory. There's a couple of demos, both of them on Wildcard, which is cruel. Kicking them while apparently they're down. But again, we survived the first couple of minutes as far as Wildcard are concerned.
So far, yes. Still looking for a meaningful attack from Wildcard. Dizzy will wrap this ball around. Goes for a perfect 50-50. Third man for Wildcard needed to keep this ball in the corner. Look at how quality this was. You can see Stizzy hitting the brakes. Getting that ball 50'd out to the right. Textbook 50-50. Beautifully done.
That boss. Every time it cuts to Torsos' car, James just flinches and leans back in his chair. Oh, it's not Torsos, it's Banana Heads. That noise.
That, like I was saying, the engine sound or whatever that is.
Oh dear.
It's tough to listen to.
Not a fan. Oh, would be at this goal though. Nice shot there from Banana Head. It's well saved by Stizzy. Torsos in the corner. Good couple of touches in the Dominus.
You know what? You know what could be happening too? If they're allowed to use Baki's mod, maybe they're trying to do this to throw Dignitas off, and they're Baki's modding a normal car on their end.
Do you know what? That's genius.
That is possible.
That's evil genius, James Bot. That's the smartest thing I've ever heard.
And if that is the case, I don't necessarily hate it. And that is like if you watch a lot of streams, you watch a lot of pros play. A lot of times they will do that. They'll have their public preset and then they'll change it to something else using Baki's mod on the back end. So maybe that's what's going on. Results. Well, we do see our first results from Wildcard here in this game. Torsos going up, shooting, staying in the play, ends up 50 in that one, or dunking that one right in.
He's shooting hoops with his little antenna. He loves that. He can't believe his luck.
I have so many questions. I just have. I would love a loser's interview in this.
Whoa. Sorry, why are you assuming they're the losers, James? Why not a winner's interview with Torsos after?
Seen a lot of ball, Cole.
You're writing them off already. Well, I still believe. Call me naive in OCE. As Torsos flings himself past the ball, missing it. Yeah, no, you're probably right. You know, mechanically, you're probably right. Form-wise, you're probably right. How serious they're taking it, you're probably right. But Rocket League's a weird game. Anything can happen on the day, that's what I say.
We have seen crazy results. This one would be one of them. Wildcard. Does get an equalizing goal. Stizzy going for a flip reset pass out. Dorias gets faked. Banana Head doesn't make contact. And if you watch the Raleigh Grand Final, Jorius had some unbelievable plays.
Oh, yeah.
Spectacular plays. Still waiting for him to really reach his full potential in this series as well.
He hasn't done too much, especially as we mentioned earlier. He was the MVP in the Esports World Cup. He didn't carry his Torsos Misses Chiefs into the top 8, but he was certainly their star man. Hugely reliable performer. But he's not having to do too much, and that's why we do talk about Dignitas' professionalism in this series. But they are yet to break free here on Forbidden Temple. The longer Wildcards stay in it, the more of a conversation point it becomes. If Dignitas might not win this one. I keep saying as Torsos misses the ball. I've said that about 5 times now.
Well, and Jorius also didn't put that shot on target.
As Torsos misses the ball.
So a little surprising there. It looked like a scoreable opportunity for Dignitas. They walk away empty-handed, but they have been getting some good boost steals, have been keeping the pressure on. Boom downfield. Torsos getting some help from Banana Head. Banana Head up the gut. ApparentlyJack Touches it high. It doesn't bounce off the ceiling. Goes for a pass out to the middle, and that's a 50. That's saved by Furious, but then it looks like Torsos came in to try to clear it out and knocked it in.
Oh, that's amazing. Jorius, he got in the way, and then he teed it up for Stizzy. But it's Jorius' goal. Okay, Jorius gets the goal. Stizzy bounced. It's a doink. It's a doink. It's the purest doink.
That's a rare goal. You don't see many goals like that. Thank goodness we had the second look on the replay. For Stizzy, but the response right off kickoff. Fever, that little tap, Banana Head. Back pass. That was actually a gorgeous pass from Banana Head.
And he followed it up as well. He kept Jorius grounded too, because Banana Head was flinging his Banana Head into Jorius so he couldn't jump. And that's a little bit of quality here from Wildcard, and they've reminded us how good they can be as Jorius gets a flip reset. Fever isn't beaten by Jorius. Wildcard finishing game 2 well. Torsos 50-50s towards Fever. So he's going to get the next touchdown. He's missed it, or has he faked it? That's the question. Banana Head and ApparentlyJack both fake it. A shake of the head from ApparentlyJack. And if Wildcard are going into a tilting opportunity, they're playing it very well indeed at this point, James.
Wildcard bouncing back. Like you said, anything can happen. Like Fancy was saying, nothing is granted here at the Esports World Cup. Everything is earned. Stizzy gonna race back. ApJack was demoed on that play. Good pinch from Stizzy, but he leaves that corner boost, and Banana Head was the one who was able to grab it. So that could be something. Banana Head putting that boost to work. Gonna try to stay behind it on a 50. Nice 50 as well.
Yeah, suddenly Wildcard are able to go toe-to-toe with Dignitas in the 50-50 game. They were being bullied earlier on in this series, and they were making some serious errors. It's even better. It's almost there. Stizzy gets a flip cancel on the goal line to keep himself part of the play. There's a fake there. Torsos can't quite sneak it in, but his Banana Head tries to go behind. Does do it. Wildcard live up to their name.
Wow, Jorius doesn't read the backboard bounce. And this game was stolen by Wildcard, and maybe that preset strategy is coming into effect, because I know I would be tilted. To lose a game like that to cars that looked like that, oof, what a tilter for Dignitas, and now they're going to be on the back foot.
I mean, there was the head shake from ApparentlyJack. It wasn't even after they conceded the goal. He went for a mechanical play at 2-2 before the overtime, didn't make it, and there was a genuine, like, a little burst of annoyance from a man who's regularly so stoic. And suddenly you look back at these 2 games and you think, you know, for all the, like, I'll admit it, we were quietly judging Wildcard. Viewers might not quite realize that we were judging their decision to use different cards. We were quite subtle about that fact. But now in hindsight, it all makes a little bit more sense. This is the game. That sort of goal, even though it went for Dignitas, that's the sort of goal that Wildcard want. They want the ugly plays, right? When it happens, they can do that with the best of them.
Well, I mean, and that was
lovely. No, that was gorgeous.
That was, I mean, even from the very first decision from Fever to go for a slight touch, go for a pop, then the pass down from Banana Head, it was a wonderful play all around. So Wildcard picking up a game win over Dignitas, and a win here would be absolutely insane if they were able to take down a team like Dignitas. As we load up here, the 10th anniversary edition of DFH. We'll see if Wildcard can upset again.
They certainly can upset again. And Dignitas have to remember that. They were having fun. They were laughing along. But Wildcard have a way, and OCE Rocket League historically has had a way of just throwing these cleaner, top European, North American teams. They're making them struggle to deal with it when they come up against, you know, the players who've learned in the trenches of Oceania. Wildcard are more than happy to play that game. Will they continue to? Here's Banana Head, gets a couple of touches, tries to float it between 2 Dignitas players, nearly does. Fever passing to the center. It's one too many, nearly though was met by Banana Head. Lovely ideas from Wildcard, having all the pressure. Can they get the one more touch that they need? The momentum's been lost, but another sign from them.
Banana Head pre-jumping on those plays as well, so Banana Head playing loose. Fever, first touch control attempt. Second touch 50, good. Set up here from Banana Head. He's forcing more boost out of Dignitas. The catch by Torsos lands on the ceiling. Trying to get this ball into the middle. You can see both Stizzy and ApparentlyJack were low on boost there. Great pressure from Wildcard. Jorius moving upfield with 0.
That's almost happened to Torsos as well. The first game and a half, I was really starting to lose faith in him. He was honestly flying past the ball at every opportunity, but since then he's locked right in, and he's reminding us of why he has been at the top of Oceania for about 50 years now.
It's felt like that. Felt like an eternity. You can't really think much about OCE and not have a few thoughts of Torsos. He has been so integrated into the OCE story.
Oh!
ApparentlyJack says, I'm going to make the story about me. Watch this play.
That is a stunner. The catch was lovely, the flip reset was clean, and then that tight angled finish, basically undefendable there from ApparentlyJack.
Everything was gorgeous on that play. It is not easy to have that depth of a touch. Even that tight angle, following that ball up, getting that on target. A gorgeous goal from ApparentlyJack.
And unlike last time as well, after getting the goal, taking the lead, they've not immediately conceded straight away, which is what happened in that second game, don't forget. They scored with, what, 20 seconds left, and it seemed like it was over, but Wildcard had all the pressure. Since the kickoffs come in, their kickoffs seem to be confusing Dignitas right now, as Torsos almost puts it past Stizzy on the goal line. Fever tries to keep the attack going and manages to do it. It goes to the corner. He's trying to track Jorius. Once again manages to. That's falling down. That's dangerous. Well played from Stizzy. So composed, the young Spaniard. Gets it all the way down the other end, but Banana Head has to make a big save and does. Huge block there from B-Head.
Yeah, you can see ApparentlyJack up in the air. There's another shot saved off to the side by Torsos. So back-to-back defensive stops from Wildcard. Very easily could have conceded another goal had your defense not performed.
Oh, nice try.
Banana Head trying to take this ball forward. Jorius down in the middle. Fever was waiting. Torsos lets Fever stay on the ball. ApparentlyJack gets it down and underneath.
Oh.
Was trying to get to the ball, does get the pass to the middle, and the counterattack prevails for Dignitas.
Yeah, ApparentlyJack would have loved about 10 boosts there to be able to score himself. He didn't have it, so he kept the ball as flat as he could. The last thing you want in that situation is for it to go above the crossbar. If it does, the chance is gone. And of course, ApparentlyJack knows that. He swoops across it, and Stizzy was watching it the whole way, and Dignitas breathed a sigh of relief. 2-0 will feel much more comfortable, but again, the kickoff goes against him. ApparentlyJack has 100 boosts, has to wait for it to bounce. Banana Head begins to pounce. Torsos in. He has a shot if he can get it into the corner. But ApparentlyJack didn't let that happen. And it's more good 50-50 play from Dignitas.
You can see ApparentlyJack taking the first 50, then let Stizzy take the second, and then Jorius moving in to take pick up the pieces afterwards.
Ooh.
Dignitas gave up a late goal last game. Let Wildcard in late, but they're not going to make the same mistake this time. A long-range goal from Jorius should put this one away for Dignitas.
If you take away Torsos putting the ball across the center when he's got no one in defense, it's actually been quite a close series between these two teams.
Well,
for some reason, he's picked up that habit in recent times.
It doesn't help that all three players on that play, if you looked on the replay, were at 0 boost. So maybe Torsos thinking a touch here will be enough, but when nobody's got boost, yeah, you're going to have to put that ball in a much safer spot than that. Wildcard still not giving up. Rebound out to Banana Head. That's shut down. Back-to-back stops by Jorius.
Here is Torsos. I've done the same. Might get himself right back in it. And after a whiff just before, he wraps around fearlessly and gets himself back on the score sheet.
Yeah, ApparentlyJack completely dusted on that turn by Torsos. Quite the cut. Power sliding that ball around.
And this is what good Rocket League looks like. Goals like that one. Fever is up against Stizzy. Beats him to it. Can he get the double? This will be a hell of a finish if he does. Nearly there. It was blocked by Jorius. Wildcard once again showing signs after going behind. Where was this in the opening couple of minutes of this game? Lovely preach up there from Fever. Oh, it's just over.
Needed to jump a split second earlier. The pass was a little bit too high. Fever couldn't get over the ball. Still Wildcard not giving up. There's a demo. Torsos moves back, but then ended up giving the space. Banana Head Got the mid boost. Now we'll have to wait. Banana Head gets bumped. Fever tries to pass it over to him, but the pass a little bit too high. The speed from Torsos contests, but Wildcard run out of time here in game 3, and Dignitas will be getting the win and moving to match point.
Gonna need a tune-up after that one.
I'm sure it's weird for you always hearing Shogun's voice, you know.
I casted with him, and I heard his voice.
That was, I mean, I would, what was he saying when he heard his own?
I wasn't concentrating on any of it. My decision in my brain was either concentrate on both Shoguns or neither. And when that's your option, there's only one real choice. You have to go neither. He was saying something, going,
Oh, look at this play, though. That was such a highly mechanical, perfect play from ApparentlyJack. AppJack also getting that pass out to the middle. This was a heck of a game from ApparentlyJack, getting the job done. Clearly the leader on that team. I think he's got such a great head on his shoulders. ApparentlyJack, not only a phenomenal player, but it seems like he's, you know, got a good head on his shoulders with all of my interactions that I've had with him. Very mature. Also, one of the top content creators in Rocket League as well. He's very disciplined, and he's very clutch as well. If you've followed his career, he's a playmaker.
On the last chance qualifier for the World Championships, on the pre-show, we had a little award ceremony, and one of the questions was, who is the best interview in EU? Who's the best player to interview? And ApparentlyJack was nominated. We had 5 players, or 5 people, because Pharaoh was mentioned as well, who's obviously a coach. And ApparentlyJack got more than 50% of the vote among 5 of them. People love listening when that man speaks outside of the Rocket League world. You know, people who are fans of his, viewers of the game. I know in-game as well. When he talks, people listen. But now he has to play. He has to do some defending, and early doors game 4, he can't do it.
The goal explosion as well. It's the complete package here from Banana with this reset, but great pressure. Good start from Wildcard, who were surging late in that game.
Yeah, I think it's the first time they've scored the first goal in a game. They've had leads, of course. They won the overtime, but that was equalizing. Now they've got something to defend.
Wow, ApparentlyJack, look at him. Look at the effort he makes on this play and how he lands this bump. Picks up one small pad, lands the bump on Fever, who knocked him almost to the roof.
So as I was saying, now they had something to defend, but ApparentlyJack didn't really let that happen. No one fancies the ball. Banana Head's there for the pass. He finds him. I think Stizzy read it. Oh, great 50. Oh, no! The 50 was so good, but Torsos had other ideas.
Sometimes you're
buckaroo.
Right.
Sometimes you do. That looked really good for a second, though. That looked great.
It did, and then it fizzled out. Tough break for Wildcard.
Ooh, touch.
Jorius gets bumped as well, but stays in the play, and that will be an open net for Jorius.
But how? What happened there? They bumped each other, then they bumped each other, then they missed. Oh, it's a fake. It's a brilliant fake from Jorius. I thought that was just a chaos play, but actually, there's a little bit of wherewithal there from Jorius, and his fellow Dutchman, Violent Panda, enjoyed that one.
Violent Panda, Rocket League World Champion himself. Torsos going for a 50.
It was a close one. Few close moments here as far as Wildcard are concerned, but Dignitas have wrestled the lead back from them. Huge demo comes in, but then the defender goes the wrong way after.
And this is something you do see out of OCE a little bit, where they tend to go all in. They try to play hyper aggressive, and they get overextended. This has been, I don't know, the 3rd or 4th long-range goal that Dignitas has been able to make happen in this series. But a kickoff strat here might be something for Wildcard. A beautiful bump, but the shooting player was so far out of the play, and that one doesn't get finished easier. Either Banana Head probably thinking there's no way this ball makes it through the defense.
Oh, man. He had to commit to it. Even though it's unlikely, you have to commit. That's a great read there from Stizzy. The amount of angles he had to consider there. He wasn't straight onto it. It wasn't falling straight down either. It's the awkward waterfall, and he knew exactly how and where it was landing. Enough to get over the ball and send it down. It looks simple at this level, but that's a beautiful read there from Stizzy.
And Torsos did make it back to block at least some lines to net, but a nice finish from Stizzy. Likely going to be enough. Lots of insurance here for Dignitas. It would be quite the story for Wildcard to work their way back. They do have plenty of time to do so, though, but they'll need to get another goal here quick.
They will need to turn this one into complete chaos if they are to get themselves back into this game. It seems unlikely. Dignitas, well, when capable of showing some patience, here comes Joris, hoping to prod the ball past Torsos. Torsos doesn't care. It's all the way back. Stizzy has to avoid scoring the own goal and doesn't. Well, doesn't own goal it rather than doesn't avoid it, should I say. Another big shot comes in from Wildcard. Any one of these to land. This time, Torsos,
wow.
He does predict the misses, and that's what happens. Sometimes you win.
Yeah, playing the misses here. Both players miss. Watch, ApparentlyJack trying to stay in. I don't know if it was an accidental backflip or he was trying to stay in net, but you could tell that the reaction from ApparentlyJack, that play did not develop the way he had thought.
I think it's fair to say that ApparentlyJack thinks they should be done by now. He has no interest in being in this series any longer. Every time Wildcard get a goal, it's tilting ApparentlyJack further. Is my read here.
And they did lose a tilter of a game in game 2. I don't think this has been the cleanest we've seen Dignitas play. I think all of the expected winners didn't play as cleanly as we had maybe expected them. All the teams that they've been playing have made it awkward, made it difficult for them. Been a few mistakes from everybody. But so far, Dignitas still following the script. The team expected to win, and they are in the lead. Trying to pick up another goal here. Joris, contested by Torsos. ApparentlyJack clears it to the opposite side of the field, trying to keep possession, but gets demoed.
It's only a couple of goals as well. It is by no means insurmountable here for Wildcard, especially the amount of time they're having in the blue half of the pitch. Can Fever get a dunk here? Not quite. That's well defended there from Dignitas. Joris avoids Fever, who is nibbling at his heels. That's a great 50-50 there from Torsos. Oh, I thought for a second the goal was open, it was going in. I got my angles all wrong there. ApparentlyJack has Torsos in front of him. Wildcard are reading Dignitas' clearance very well. They are not letting them out, but they have to score soon.
Fever up against ApparentlyJack. ApparentlyJack tries to wrap it around. Stopped by Torsos. He moves it up the sideline. Joris booms it back down. Jack coming in for the shot, but the defense from Wildcard makes it back in time to hit it to the corner. Final minute. Wildcard down by 2. Banana Head not able to get a bump on ApparentlyJack. Fever will drop it down. There's the shot, and Wildcard, they keep it close.
Well, who saw this coming at 4-1 up? Wildcard remain within a sniff. And it's another lovely pass there. This time from Fever to Banana Head, who was the brilliant assister there in game 2, the one that Wildcard did take. And now we have the kickoff. Their kickoffs have been good. Joris and Fever go into it. It pops out towards Banana Head, but he's facing the wrong way. That'll seal away a few seconds as far as Wildcard are concerned. Dignitas do their best to exert even more pressure, and that demo will help with that, but Fever has the clearance.
Wildcard just need one. Whittled away the lead that Dignitas has had, and this might make Dig a little bit nervous. Fever booms it straight upfield. Stizzy, contested by Banana Head. There's the shot off the bar and out, and Stizzy will clear it to safety.
Oh man, Fever was so far back. Torsos maybe should have put it on target. He thought Fever was closer. Maybe there'll be one more chance for Wildcard. Fever pops it high, spreads it out wide. Banana Head is there, needs to boom this ball and manages to do so. Torsos waiting underneath, has to get the 50. Joris lets it land. Wildcard can't quite do enough. Dignitas, the professionals, see their way through to the upper bracket.
And then, you look at the scoreboard 3-1, you think, oh yeah, that's a reasonable result. But I think that was a little bit harder than Dignitas maybe expected, Cole.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Once they saw the silly cars and once they got the clean win in game one, they would have been thinking we score 5-6 goals each game. But credit to Wildcard, they did not let that happen. At no second, once they truly locked in and started playing their own game properly and not diving at everything, they said, no, they could be a dangerous team. Dignitas